Hi there. It's January 3rd and time for Proverbs 3. Now, a little change in gears here. I'm switching to an older version of the New International Version for this month. The Lexham English Bible was supposed to be a direct translation of the original Hebrew, right? One of the best word for word ones out there. Turns out, since it was like most Bibles that were published after 2015, they've got what you call completely gender neutral. They don't use the word man anywhere. Okay, not mankind. They use humankind instead of my son. They choose my child. And I just don't want to get into that, okay, because that's not the exact translation. Okay. Now, the New International version, the older versions, the newer one was bought by another publishing company, and anything after like 2016 or so are also they've changed the Bible, okay? And that will be the fall of mankind if you're not careful about that. So we're going to use the older version of the New International, okay? And we'll keep going. It doesn't say my child, okay? And I noticed in verse 4 in the Lexham, instead of in the sight of God and man, it put humankind. Didn't even put God, it just put humankind. And that doesn't set right with me. So we're going to use the New International Version for this month, okay? And they took a long time translating this, and it's a good translation. The older ones, okay, now the older ones, okay, they don't print those anymore. So if you can find an older one, you should pick it up, okay? So let's begin. Still in the prep phase, okay, of our Proverbs, right? Talking about what wisdom is and why to get wisdom. And we know that first and foremost, you must fear the Lord, right? Okay. Now he begins each chapter in this with this telling his son, my son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart, for they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity. Right? Tell your kids that. 3, let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck and write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Right? Love and faithfulness. Got that? There's been many songs written on this. I have sung lots of songs. This one, right? Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Right? It says acknowledge, right? Over here. New paragraph, right? Note there. Direct your paths. Okay, new paragraph at 7. Don't be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. Right? That's very important. Yeah. Don't be wise in your own eyes. Don't be prideful. Don't be arrogant. Don't be boastful. Okay? Never. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones, right? Being humble. Very important. 9. Honor the Lord with your wealth and the first fruits of your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing and your vats be filled with new wine. It's important, right? To honor the Lord. You do that by giving to the poor, by giving to your church. Okay? And what they do with it is none of your business, okay? The act of giving is what blesses you. Okay? And it says this in all over the Bible, right? If you honor the Lord with your first fruits and your crops and your money, your paycheck, then your barns will be filled to overflowing and your vats will brim over with new wine, right? You can't outgive the Lord. Everything you give the Lord, he pays you back with interest, okay? Every time, right? 11 and 12, my son, do not despise the Lord's discipline and do not resent his rebuke. Because the Lord disciplines those he loves, and the Father, the Son, he delights in. Right? Feel like God's giving you a spanking sometimes, right? Good parents discipline the children they love. They don't discipline other people's children, all right? And they grow up undisciplined, and it gets them in trouble, right? So don't despise the Lord's discipline. 13. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding, for she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold, right? And you could just highlight most of these, right? You just, this whole thing, okay? The whole thing. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding. She is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. This is wisdom. We also know wisdom is Jesus, right? Long life is in her right hand, and her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. Those who hold her fast will be blessed, okay? Wisdom, understanding, first fearing the Lord, right, is more profitable than silver and better than gold, okay? Right? If you get wisdom, more precious than rubies. Long life is in her right hand, and her left hand are riches and honor, right? All those things come if you seek wisdom and knowledge and fear the Lord first. Okay? Okay. 19 and 20. By wisdom the Lord laid the earth's foundations. By understanding he set the heavens in place. By his knowledge the watery depths were divided, and the clouds let drop the dew. Now let's take this one right here. Okay. What does it say in John 1? Now we know, Paul said, and it says in the New Testament, Jesus was wisdom personified, okay? Jesus was wisdom, okay? By wisdom, the Lord laid the earth's foundations. Okay, what does it say in John 1? In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Through him, all things were made, right? Without him, nothing was made that was made. Wisdom, Jesus, the Word. Okay? It all ties together. By his knowledge, out of rivers are divided, and the clouds the dew. Okay? 21. My son, do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight. Preserve sound judgment and discretion. They will be life for you, an adornment to grace your neck. They will go on. Then you will go on your way in safety, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Have no fear of sudden disaster or the ruin that overtakes the wicked. Right? For the Lord will be at your side, and will keep your foot from being snared. Check. Okay. Now, most of this doesn't say it in here, but most of them say, right? Don't fear any sudden fear, neither the destruction of the wicked when it comes. When, not if, when. Okay? It doesn't say that in the NIV. Right? Be at your side and keep your foot from being snared, right? Don't fear all this wickedness when it comes to overtake the wicked, right? For the destruction of the wicked, for the Lord will be at your side and will keep your foot from being snared. Okay? 27. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to act. Do not say to your neighbor, come back tomorrow and I'll give it to you, when you already have it with you. Do not plot harm against your neighbor who lives trustfully near you. Do not accuse anyone for no reason when they have done you no harm. Right? People do this, just evil, nasty people, right? Do not envy the violent or choose any of their ways. I think people see these people on TV and on the internet, and they're rich and they're famous and they have all this stuff, but they're mean and violent, all right? Corrupted. Don't envy those people. It says in 25, right? Destruction of the wicked when it comes. They will get theirs, and you don't want to be in that when it does, right? 32, for the Lord detests the perverse and takes the upright into his confidence. The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He mocks proud mockers, but shows favor to the humble and oppressed. The wise inherit honor, but fools get only shame. There you go. So that's Proverbs 3 in the New International Version. Okay? I highlighted some stuff in here. We always do. It's good training, right? 3, let love and faithfulness never leave you. Love and faithfulness. Bind them around your neck. Write them in the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of man. Love and faithfulness. Kindness. Right? Famous verse. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, right? Acknowledge him is how the song goes. It uses the older versions, right? And he will make your path straight. Okay, good advice. 7 and 8. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones, right? Do not be wise in your own eyes, right? That means don't be prideful, boastful, arrogant, conceited, like looking down on people. Okay? Right? It'll bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. If you don't do this, God hates those things, okay? And it does a lot of talking in Proverbs about fools and how fools are hopeless and they can never be helped and you cannot take the foolishness from them. And then it says there is more hope for somebody that is a fool than somebody who is wise in their own eyes. Okay. You should always be humble and let others honor you. Okay. Here's good advice all over the Bible too. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Right. That means your paycheck. That means what you have. Okay. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing and your vats will brim over with new wine. Right. Again, you can't outgive God. Okay. Everything you give will come back to you with interest. It never fails. Back to Malachi, it's the only place in the Bible where God says, test me in this. Okay. I dare you to do this and see if this happens. Okay. This is, I think of Jesus when I say this because Jesus was wisdom, right? 13 through 18. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding, for she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold, right? Wisdom, understanding is more profitable than silver and gold, right? More precious than rubies. Nothing you desire compares with wisdom and understanding. Long life is in her right hand, and her left are riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant ways, all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. Those who hold her fast will be blessed. Wisdom and knowledge. Jesus, okay? You can put Jesus in place of all these, right? Okay. 19. By wisdom the Lord laid the earth's foundations. By understanding he set the heavens in place. Right? By his knowledge the watery depths were divided, and the clouds let drop the dew. Okay? And we know Jesus was wisdom personified, right? It says that in the New Testament. Jesus was wisdom. Okay? By wisdom, by Jesus, the Lord laid the earth's foundations, right? In the beginning was the Word, which is Jesus, and the Word was with God. The Word was God. Okay? Through him all things were created. Okay? By wisdom. Okay? Good stuff. 31, good advice. Do not envy the violent or choose any of their ways. And he will go into great detail on this later, too. Do not envy those people. Okay? You can see a lot of them getting into some very serious trouble now, right? Because of their evil ways. And 35, the wise inherit honor, but fools get only shame. Okay? That's the proud, wise in their own eyes, mockers, right? Get only shame. The wise, if you're wise, you will be humble, okay? You will inherit honor. There you go. Good stuff. We're gonna stay in New International Version for this month. I was quite surprised to see that the Lexham English Bible claiming to be a word for word, and even in the things it claimed that it didn't have any, right? That there was no gender neutral language or anything, and then they put it in there. Okay. Now there may be an older copy of that. Okay, that one on here was from 2016. There may be an older copy that doesn't do that, but I'm very much against wokeness and gender neutral. When God says something, this is the word of God, and when he says something, you're not supposed to change the words or the thought. Okay, and that warns of that all over the Bible too. Okay, so we'll use the NIV for this month. So there you go. All right. Stay tuned later on today. We are in John 13. We're finishing up John 13 today. Okay. And Jesus is getting ready to go and back to Jerusalem, where they will arrest him and do all the bad stuff. So we'll get into that. Okay. We're on day like 154, I believe. So give us a like if you think about it. And tomorrow we'll continue. See you later.